Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have with us Mr. Francois Perron, President of and CEO of Alexis Minerals. Mr. Perron, good day.
Good day.
So, I don't know if I can use the name contract, but I think you have a big challenge in front of you.
Yes, I started at Alexis 12 months ago. I think that the company was in pretty dire straits.
Good for you, because you're not the one that was there for the big fall.
No, I came in to fix things. There was difficulty in the operations in Val d'Or, and there were significant exploration commitments to meet. And we have a big project in Manitoba that attracted me to it. I'm more of a financial person, so I see a company that's got financial difficulties with a good, solid asset base. I figure that's a challenge that I can take, and I'm in the process of going through that.
Mm-hmm. So that's what. But usually investors like that. They like to see a financial guy running the company rather than only an entrepreneur that is looking after his dream, because the investors are not there for the dream, they're there for the money.
Well, so I mean, I don't mind admitting that I have dreams as well, okay? But first we're going to get control of the situation. We had an operation in Val d'Or that was losing money. We launched the turnaround plan in June. Q3, the numbers were very weak. That's the way it's supposed to go with the turnaround plan. I just announced my Q4 production. We were on track, so now we're getting closer to break even on an operating basis, and the budget for 2012 calls for 18 to 20,000 ounces, and that's going to put us on a cash flow positive
That's
basis.
the Northern Quebec project.
That's the Northern Quebec project.
Can you find more gold in this same project? Do you have more land around? Or?
I have the biggest land package on the Cadillac break.
Okay.
So
and Cadillac is well known
that's the whole belt on the
discovery.
Quebec side. Okay, all the big mines in Quebec, including Cisco, are on this break. I have a huge land position.
But right now you're not that much into exploration moment.
Why don't we start by making money first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a more disciplined approach. I can use flow through to do some, but given where my market cap is, we have a discipline now where we don't do it just any way we want. There has to be a certain, there's a limit to how much we're going to do at this price. When I sell shares today, I'm selling ounces I already have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't ask my geologist, right now the stock doesn't believe anything, so let me finish showing people what I have done with the money I raised. I raised $20 million in May. You haven't seen all the exploration I've done with it. You haven't seen the operating turnaround in Val d'Or. Now it's starting to show. And I'm taking the project in Snow Lake further every month. I have a team that I'm building there, and we're refining it, getting it ready for the financing that I'm working on.
And that's another project that was with, what was the name of the company?
It was TVX and Kinross used to run this
High
mine.
River Gold and Kinross.
So what we've done is we purchased this asset 2009. We did a feasibility in 2010. And now we're doing some more drilling last year. We're adding that to the whole project. So the project's in good shape. It can produce 80,000 ounces a year for 5 years at a $650 cash cost.
So you bought the project before the big gold increase in price.
When we bought the project, gold was at 900.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I mean, things have changed.
Almost doubled since.
A lot. Okay, so it turned out to be a good buy. We still need to put about $50 million into it. I'm working on a debt financing, and I figure that's the thing that's the big question for people right now is, can I raise that kind of debt against this project?
Well, you have some history in the family, because I heard this morning, without knowing you, I heard about you a lot because I heard about your father, because Michel Perron was your father.
My father was in the lumber business with Normic Perron, so yeah, I'm from Northern Quebec. I'm from north of Val d'Or. So when I joined Alexis and I went up there, they thought the new CEO from Toronto had a very funny accent.
So you know what is the evolution of a junior gold mine?
I know what that is as well. Okay, I have, and I know what it is to be entrepreneurial. I come from a family like that, so that I'm comfortable doing that. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
And
I think you got the contacts and you have seen everything that can happen in the gold mine out there. And I think
Yeah.
myself, this type of project needed someone like you to have a chance to survive.
probably, okay, prior to becoming an entrepreneur like this, I used to be a fund manager. I used to run a resource fund for the Caisse de Dépôt. I ran between 700 to $1 billion, all focused on mining. I have seen this movie many times.
But now I
Now
believe,
I'm in the movie.
yeah, well, you're gonna have more fun FUN than fund FUND.
I have more fun, and what I do now, the difference is I'm building something. So it's
Yeah.
cumulative. What I do this year carries to next year. I'm building from what I did last year. When I was running a fund, what you did last year, we forget. Okay, what did you do this quarter?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's fine. That's the nature of that business. But now I'm building something that's cumulative. So the success we've had in Val d'Or, it's only going to get better now. Now the wheel is turning in the right direction. We have control. We're on schedule. And the situation continues to improve. We're drilling. We're finding more. So it's still not showing in my stock price. But, you know, I'm running a company, not a stock price.
Yes, but something is showing on your stock. That's what I can find. I can't explain and tell people true things about that, but I know that since November, many times the volume had doubled. I can see with my experience that it's not coming from trading. I mean, traders. No one buys you at 10 o'clock in the morning to sell your stock at noon because there's no liquidity and volatility on the stock right now. But those volume does not grow like that, like miracle. It's always something. So as the stock has stabilized, and I think there's lots of shares that are, I can see that shares are changing hands right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're focused on doing what we're supposed to be doing. I think our credibility will continue to increase. Today we announced our production. We did what we said we were going to do.
And that's the main thing. Never do less than what you said.
Okay, it's very important, and it's very hard in mining. It's a tough business.
It is actually.
Okay,
It is a tough
it's a
business.
very
much
tough-
tougher than some people would think.
Okay, it's very unpredictable, but we're managing it. 'Cause
But you
that's
have
what our
nothing
job.
less as 5 cents than you have at 80 cents. You know, you have nothing less. You have more. You have more result. You have a plan. You have a better plan.
Yeah, I have
right
more
now.
plans, less dreams.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay.
It's good to have a dream, but to
Okay.
conquer your dream, you have to have a plan.
But now, where we're making dreams reality, so like the objectives are for Val d'Or to be profitable, and building Snow Lake, that will get me to a much better position.
So let's talk a little bit about the Snow Lake project in Manitoba. I don't know very well northern Manitoba, but there's lots of gold project, and there has been a lot of project in this area. And I believe they wouldn't sell you the project for the price you paid today because
No, today I definitely not. Okay, this is mining country. I mean, I'm not going in there. I'm not a geologist. I'm a financial guy. I'm not finding new stuff. I'm picking up something that was run when gold prices were between $350 and $500 an ounce. So I'm picking that up when it was closed. Gold was at around 400, 420. Okay, my business strategy is my costs are going to be higher than it was back then,
yeah.
and the gold price will be 3 times higher.
But
So-
at the time, if their cost to exploit the mine was $500 per ounce and the gold was
It was the-
400, we know why they shut it down.
And
but
they
at
would-
today's price of gold, you still make a lot of money if
And it
you
means
get
two
the stock.
things, okay? It means at that price they stopped exploring around because at that price the gold wasn't economic.
Yeah, no one wanted to find more 0.4 ounce per
0.4 or 4 gram
grams
material,
per-
it wasn't economic, so they didn't look for it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, there is a lot more. This is a very young camp.
Mm-hmm.
It's only been in production, if you look at the cumulative history of the belt, it's been in production twice. There's still a lot of ground around. Okay, they never had time to go outside of that. The joint venture was so focused on staying alive, they never explored around it. So we have consolidated a belt that's about 100 square kilometers. There's a lot of potential in the area. The easiest way for me to get to it is put the mine back in production, generate cash flow. I can renew that resource fairly easily, I would think. Okay, based on what I've seen so far. Even
Are all equipment and things like that there already?
the mill is built. It was running in 2005.
Okay, so the mill
So
is still there. It still could be
It
restarted.
costs me $2.5 to $3 million to restart the mill. So it's basically the mine itself is half built. The money I'm putting into it is to develop underground to open up new areas. But the stuff on surface is in good shape. I have to redo the shaft, just the cable, but the shaft is there. That's why when I raise the money, I can be in production so quickly. It doesn't take me 2 years to get to cash flow. I finance, 12 months later I'm pouring gold because the mill is already there. So I just have to clean up, check out the pipes. There's 1 or 2 problems. I don't know what they are today, but we'll get them because that's the business we're in.
You got to get down the hole.
Okay, but the time to start up is very short, so I think that that's a very good opportunity, and it also allows me to attract asset-based lenders to this project. So I mean, right now I have a process. The process is lengthier than I would like, but that's why I put in a bridge financing in January. That's going to give me time to complete that.
So that's a whole question now the investors are trying to answer. Are you going to be able to raise that money to make this mine reviving?
That's correct, okay, and the market is never wrong, and I'm just going to say I'm not relying on the market to raise debt because that's what I'm working on.
Well, you still got 20 million recently.
I raised 10, but the key for it is, I'm going to do that, put it on the tape, and then the stock will reflect the new information. So, I mean, I have to just stay focused.
Are you planning any dilution of the stock anymore?
Not to do Snow Lake. So, I mean, over the next 3 years, will I do more flow-through? Yes, but not like a historically.
On a new project, on another project, on new resources, you would
Exactly.
find anything like that, but after you got back in business.
Yeah, so I have to deliver. I raised $20 million. With the $20 million, I told people I would fix Val d'Or. I would say I'm 80% of the way there. I still have 1 more quarter to show people where I am. I think we have it. And I have to get the financing for Snow Lake, and that's what I'm working on.
So that's the plan. Get Val d'Or back on the run, and then when you will prove that whatever you said you were going to do, you did it, then you should have better chance to get the money for the other project because they'll say this guy can't do it.
Yeah, and if I do that, I think I can do more.
Good. Anyway, I like this type of project because I like entrepreneur. I like people that like challenge, and that's what life is. There are people that take challenge but are successful and make it through. I think you got everything so you can do that with your experience, your history, all of the contact you got. I think for myself, I think you have a good chance to success there.
That's what I'm working on.
Mr. Perron, it was a pleasure to have you with us.
Thanks very much.
Here we go.